In the quiet of your heart, when you still the noise of the world, something profound happens. It is in this silence, in the sacred pause, that the deepest truths emerge. This is not a silence of emptiness, but a silence of fullness, a silence brimming with all the wisdom, all the love, and all the understanding you have been seeking. The paradox is simple, yet it eludes most of us. What you seek is already within you. It has always been there, waiting for you to notice, to stop searching outward, and to listen inward. You have been conditioned to chase after life, to strive, to perform, to accumulate, and to become. You have been taught that you must reach for the future, that you must make your life something grand. But all of this striving is merely the ego's loud voice. It is the voice that says you are not enough. It is the voice that tells you to become more, to prove more, to grasp more. But this is a lie. The truth is far simpler. You already are enough. The peace you seek, the love you long for, the purpose you desire, they are not things to be found or attained. They are things to be remembered. In the stillness of your being, when the mind ceases its chatter, when the rush of life slows down, you will come to realize that everything you have been searching for has been here all along. The noise, the distractions, the endless doing, these are the things that obscure the truth. When you are still, when you stop the chase, you are able to touch what is already within you, waiting patiently for your awareness. It is a simple, quiet realization, yet it carries the power to transform everything. The journey is not about becoming something you are not. It is about returning to who you already are. You are not a mistake. You are not a problem to be solved. You are the light of the universe, an expression of divine love, the same divine love that created the stars, the oceans, and the very breath you take. You are not separate from it. You are it. The sacred presence that moves through all things, that sustains life and holds the cosmos together, is the same presence that beats in your heart and breathes through your lungs. You may have forgotten this truth, as we all do, but now is the time to remember. The search is not about seeking something new. It is about remembering the eternal truth that you have always been whole, you have always been loved, always been enough. It is not the external world that needs to change. It is the inner world that must awaken. It is the shift in perception, the return to the sacred stillness that will bring everything into alignment. The ego will try to distract you, to convince you that you are incomplete, that you must change, that you must achieve, that you must become something more. But the soul knows the truth. The soul knows that you are already perfect, already whole, already divine. When you align with this truth, everything changes. The search for meaning becomes a search for remembering. The striving for love becomes a deep surrender to the love that is already within you. The pursuit of peace becomes a practice of simply being still and allowing peace to rise from within like the tide of an ocean returning to shore. And so in the silence you will receive. Not because you have earned it, not because you have done something to deserve it, but because the truth of who you are is now being revealed. It has always been there, waiting for your awareness to catch up. The light, the love, the peace, the wisdom, they are not far away, they are not hidden from you. They are within you, beneath the surface, waiting for you to sit in silence and simply listen. When you rest in the stillness, you will no longer be lost in the illusions of the world. You will no longer identify with the labels that the world has placed on you. You are not your job, not your title, not your possessions, not even your past. You are the stillness that holds it all. You are the awareness that observes the passing thoughts, the passing emotions, the passing experiences. And in this space of awareness, you are free. You are not bound by the story that the world tells you. You are free to simply be. And as you rest in this freedom, you will begin to experience life in a new way. You will see the world through the eyes of your true self, not the ego. The ego sees separation. The ego sees lack. The ego sees fear. But the true self, the divine essence within you, sees unity. It sees abundance. It sees love. It sees the truth that all is connected, that all is divine, that everything you seek is already within you. In this space of silence, you will also begin to heal the wounds of the past, the regrets, the guilt, the shame. These are not your true self. These are the remnants of the ego, the false identity that you have clung to. When you sit in stillness, you allow the healing to take place. You allow the illusions to fall away, and you return to the truth of your being. You remember that you are whole, that you are perfect, that you are loved, just as you are, you remember that the divine does not require you to be anything other than yourself. And so, as you sit in the silence, as you pause and listen, you will receive all that you have been searching for. You will receive peace. You will receive love. You will receive purpose, not because you have earned it, but because it is already yours. It has always been yours. The universe, the divine, is not outside of you, it is within you. And when you allow yourself to be still, to be present, to be open, you will realize this truth. You will remember who you are. And in that remembrance, everything will shift. You are not broken. You are not lost. You are not incomplete. You are whole, as you are. The search for something more is only the search for yourself. And when you find yourself, you will find that you are already everything you have ever needed. You are the love you seek. You are the peace you crave. You are the wisdom you long for. And in the silence, you will receive it all. So, take a deep breath. Let go of the search. Let go of the striving. Let go of the need to become anything other than who you already are. Rest in the stillness. Trust in the divine presence that lives within you, and know in this moment that you are already whole, you are already enough. And in this silence, you will receive all that you have been searching for, because it has always been there within you, waiting for you to remember. In the silence, you receive, and in receiving, you awaken. You awaken to the truth of who you are. And that truth is love. It is peace. It is the divine essence that moves through you and through all things. And once you remember this, once you align with this truth, everything will fall into place. You are not separate from the universe. You are the universe experiencing itself through your unique form. And when you surrender to this truth, when you rest in the silence, you will feel the divine presence flow through you, guiding you, loving you, and reminding you that you are never alone. You are always connected. You are always enough. You are always whole. And so, in the silence, you receive. You receive the peace that surpasses all understanding. You receive the love that knows no boundaries. You receive the wisdom that guides you on your path. You receive the truth that you are already everything you have ever sought. And in this receiving, you are finally free. Free to be who you are, free to love without conditions, free to live without fear, free to simply be. And in this freedom, you will find that you have everything you have ever needed, because you are already complete. So rest now. Rest in the silence. Let the world fall away and simply be. You are enough. You always have been. And in this moment, in this silence, you remember what you seek is already within. And in this knowing, you are free. And in that silence, when the world fades away and all that remains is the stillness of your soul, you begin to understand the profound truth that life is not something to be conquered, it is something to be lived. Not through the endless striving to become, but through the quiet remembering of what you already are. You do not need to climb the mountain of success to find peace. You do not need to chase after the fleeting moments of pleasure or validation to feel whole. The mountain you seek to climb is already within you. The success you long for is already present in the very act of being. When you begin to rest in the silence, you begin to hear the whispers of your soul. These whispers are not loud, they are not demanding. They are gentle and subtle, like the breeze that dances through the leaves of a tree. They are the divine messages that guide you not through force but through flow. They do not call you to struggle, but to surrender. They invite you to let go of the need to control, to judge, and to rush. They beckon you to trust the process of life, to trust that everything is unfolding exactly as it should, even when your mind cannot fully comprehend the path. You see, we often mistake the act of being for a passive state, something that requires no effort, something that simply happens while we wait for life to come to us. But this is not true stillness. True stillness is a powerful force, a force that aligns you with the rhythm of the universe, a force that moves through you when you stop forcing the world to bend to your will. The universe is not waiting for your command, it is waiting for your surrender. It is waiting for you to let go of the need to control and instead align with the flow of life. And in that alignment, everything you need will come to you effortlessly, not because you pursued it, but because you allowed it. In this space of surrender, you realize that you are not the one in control, but rather you are part of something much greater than yourself. You are the wave in the ocean, not the ocean itself. And yet, the wave is the ocean. It rises and falls in perfect harmony with the tide. It does not struggle to be something other than what it is, for it knows it is already part of the great whole, and so too are you. You are not separate from the universe. You are an expression of it. You are the very life force that breathes through all things. And when you let go of the illusion of separateness, when you stop fighting against the current, you will find yourself carried effortlessly to where you need to be. This is the great paradox of life. When you stop trying to control, you become more in control. When you stop chasing, you begin to attract. When you let go of the need to prove yourself, you become the very embodiment of what you seek. This is not a matter of effort, but of alignment. It is not about doing, but about being. It is not about becoming, but about remembering. When you return to the essence of who you are, when you recognize that you are already whole, already perfect, already enough, the world will begin to reflect that truth back to you in miraculous ways. So, let go of the stories you have told yourself about who you are and who you must become. Let go of the beliefs that have kept you trapped in a cycle of seeking and striving. You do not need to prove your worth to anyone, least of all to yourself. The truth of who you are is not defined by your achievements, your possessions, or your relationships. It is not defined by the roles you play, the titles you hold, or the labels you wear. You are not the person the world tells you to be. You are the soul that exists beneath all of that. You are the stillness, the presence, the awareness that witnesses everything. And in that recognition, you find your freedom. Freedom is not the absence of responsibility, nor is it the ability to do whatever you want whenever you want. True freedom is the ability to be yourself fully and completely, without fear or shame, without the need to conform or fit into any mold. True freedom is the release of all the mental and emotional baggage that you have been carrying for years. It is the letting go of the need to be something or someone else. It is the return to the truth of who you are. In this freedom, you begin to live from a place of authenticity. You no longer need to seek approval or validation from others. You no longer need to chase after success or recognition. You no longer need to prove your worth, because you know that you are already worthy. You are already enough. And when you live from this place of inner truth, the world will begin to mirror that truth back to you. Your relationships will deepen. Your work will align with your soul's purpose. Your health will flourish, and your life will become a reflection of the peace and love that resides within you. So, I invite you now in this moment to pause, to take a deep breath, and return to the stillness within. Let go of the noise, let go of the expectations, let go of the pressure to become more, to do more, to prove more. Allow yourself to simply be. For in this being you will discover the infinite wisdom, love, and peace that reside within you. You will realize that you are not lost, not broken, and not incomplete. You are whole. You are already everything you need to be. And in this recognition, you will find the freedom to live your life in alignment with your true self. You are the light. You are the love. You are the peace. You are the truth. You are already whole. And in the silence, when you stop searching, you will receive the full realization of this truth. You will remember that you have never been separate from the divine. You will remember that you are the divine in expression. And in this remembrance, everything will fall into place. You will no longer need to seek what you already are. You will simply be. And that being will transform your life in ways you cannot even begin to imagine. So rest now in the silence. Let go of the striving. Let go of the search. You are enough. You always have been. And when you finally embrace this truth, you will receive everything you have ever longed for, because what you seek is already within. And in that knowing, you are free. And as you rest in this sacred silence, you begin to feel something ancient stir within you. It is the realization that you are not simply a fleeting moment in time. You are the eternal presence, timeless and infinite, ever flowing, ever expanding. And in this moment, as you touch that stillness, you know deeply and profoundly that there is no separation between you and the divine. There is no distance between you and the source of all creation. You have never been apart from the one who breathed life into the stars, into the rivers, into the soil beneath your feet. You are that breath. You are that life. You are that love. And this is where true liberation begins. It begins when you stop chasing after the illusions of the world, when you stop seeking outside yourself for something to fill you, something to validate you, something to prove your worth. The truth is, you were never broken to begin with. You were never lost. You were never incomplete. The world has told you that you need to be more, that you need to do more, that you need to achieve more, but these are the lies of the ego that is afraid of the stillness, that is afraid of the silence, the ego that thrives on busyness, on constant movement, on distraction. But when you enter into this stillness, when you stop and listen, you hear the voice of your soul. And that voice is not loud, it is not forceful. It does not demand or command. It simply speaks in the softest whisper, a reminder of who you truly are. And that reminder, dear soul, is the most powerful truth you will ever know. You are not here to prove yourself. You are not here to chase after validation. You are here to remember. You are here to rediscover your innate divinity, to remember that you are the light of the world, the love that heals, the peace that transcends. In the silence, you reconnect with that truth. You reconnect with the sacred essence that resides within you. And in this connection, you realize that you have never been separate from the divine. You were never less than. You were never unworthy. You were always worthy, always loved, always enough. And this truth is not just an idea to be understood. It is a deep embodied knowing that permeates every fiber of your being. It is the core of who you are. And when you rest in this truth, everything changes. The world no longer has the power to define you, to shape you, to tell you who you should be. Because you know deeply that you are not the story that the world has written for you. You are the author. You are the creator. You are the divine expression of all that is. When you step into this awareness, when you remember who you truly are, you begin to see the world through new eyes. The things that once seemed so important, the chasing, the striving, the endless doing, they begin to lose their grip on you. You no longer feel the need to prove your worth, to chase after success or recognition, because you know that you are already whole, already complete, already divine. You no longer need to seek love because you are love. You no longer need to search for peace because you are peace. You no longer need to pursue happiness because you are happiness. And in this knowing, everything shifts. Life becomes a dance of grace, a flow of divine expression. No longer a race to the finish line, but a beautiful unfolding, a return to the source, a journey back to the truth of who you are. You are not the body you inhabit, not the roles you play, not the thoughts that come and go. You are the awareness that sees all of it. You are the stillness behind the movement, the silence behind the sound. And when you embrace this truth, you begin to realize that everything is temporary, everything is transient, and yet you are the eternal observer, the eternal witness to it all. You are not bound by time or space. You are the timeless presence that moves through all things, that witnesses the rise and fall of the tides, the dance of the stars, the unfolding of every moment. And this realization, this return to your true self, brings with it a profound peace. A peace that is not dependent on circumstances, not dependent on external conditions. It is the peace that comes from knowing deeply and profoundly that you are already whole. You are already perfect as you are. And when you remember this truth, when you rest in this knowing, you realize that the external world is not something to be fixed or changed. It is a reflection of your inner world. When you align with your true self, when you align with the divine presence within, the world around you begins to mirror that truth. The chaos begins to calm. The confusion begins to clear. The fear begins to dissolve. And in its place, a quiet, steady confidence arises. A confidence that is not based on the ego, not based on achievements or accolades, but a confidence that comes from knowing that you are the divine in expression, that you are the source of all love, all peace, all joy. This confidence is not loud. It does not demand attention. It does not seek validation. It simply is. And when you walk in this confidence, you walk as the light of the world. You walk as the embodiment of divine love. You walk as the presence of peace. And in this walk, you become a living example of what it means to be fully aligned with your true self. You no longer need to chase after approval or recognition. You no longer need to seek validation or success. You simply allow your light to shine effortlessly, gracefully, without resistance. You are not here to be seen or admired. You are here to be. You are here to express the divine essence that resides within you. And as you express this essence, as you allow yourself to be fully, authentically, and unapologetically you, you begin to see that the world begins to mirror that authenticity. The relationships you have become deeper, more meaningful. The work you do becomes more aligned with your soul's purpose. The joy you experience becomes more profound, more lasting. And all of this flows effortlessly from the space of being, from the space of remembering who you truly are. You are not here to chase after happiness. You are here to embody it. You are not here to search for peace. You are here to live it. You are not here to become something more. You are here to remember that you already are everything you seek. And in this remembering, you come home to yourself. You return to the truth of who you are. You return to the love that you are. You return to the peace that you are. You return to the light that you are. And in this return, you experience a freedom that transcends all understanding, a freedom that comes not from doing, but from being, a freedom that comes from the realization that you are already whole, already perfect, already divine. And in this freedom, you begin to understand that life is not something to be controlled or forced. It is something to be embraced, something to be lived, something to be experienced in its full depth and beauty. It is not about becoming, but about being. It is not about achieving, but about remembering. It is not about searching, but about receiving. You are not here to chase after life. You are here to let life chase after you. You are here to align with the divine flow, to surrender to the wisdom of your soul, and to allow yourself to be fully expressed in this world. And when you do, everything will fall into place. So, dear soul, rest in the knowing that you are enough. You are already everything you seek. You are already whole. And as you sit in the silence, as you allow yourself to be, you will receive the full realization of this truth. It is not something you have to work for. It is something you simply need to remember. And when you remember, everything changes. You change. The world changes. And in that change, you find the peace, the love, and the freedom that you have always longed for. In the silence, you will receive. You will receive the full realization of who you truly are. You will remember that you are not the body, not the ego, not the story. You are the divine expression of all that is. And when you embrace this truth, when you live from this truth, you will know what it means to live a life of true freedom, to live a life of love, to live a life of peace. You will know in every fiber of your being that you are already whole, already enough, already divine. And so, let go. Let go of the search. Let go of the striving. Let go of the need to become something else. And simply be the divine expression that you are. For in that being, you will receive all that you have ever sought, because what you seek is already within you. And in this knowing, you are free. And as you surrender gently to the quiet rhythm of your own breath, you begin to understand that there is nothing more to do. There's nothing to chase, nothing to fix, nothing to strive for. You are already here, already whole, already complete as you are. The world may call you to perform, to prove, to achieve, but the soul knows the truth. You were never meant to perform. You were never meant to earn your worth. Your worth is intrinsic, woven into the very fabric of your being, given freely by the divine from the moment you were born. And so, in the stillness, you find everything, not because you have searched and found it, but because you have simply stopped running. You have stopped seeking outside of yourself for something that can only be found within. In the quiet of your heart, you begin to hear the gentle, eternal truth that has been waiting for you all along. You are enough. You have always been enough. There is nothing to prove. There is nothing to earn. You are whole. And in this wholeness, you are free. This freedom is not born of escape. It is not born of detachment from the world. It is born from the simple, profound realization that you are not separate from the world. You are not separate from the divine flow that moves through all things. You are the current of life itself, the pulse of existence, the breath of creation. There is no need to escape it, no need to resist it. You are it. And when you accept this truth, when you rest in this truth, you find peace. Not the fleeting peace that the world offers, but the eternal peace that can never be shaken, the peace that comes from knowing who you truly are. This is the peace that arises when you stop pretending to be someone you are not. This is the peace that emerges when you let go of the need to be anything other than yourself. In this stillness, in this presence, you allow the light of your true nature to shine through. You are not the shadows of the past, not the worries of the future, not the fears or the judgments of the world. You are the light itself, timeless and unchanging, present in every moment. When you embrace this light, when you embrace the truth of your being, you step into the fullness of life. Not as a seeker, not as someone trying to find their way, but as one who remembers that the way has always been within. You are not a wanderer, lost in a world of distractions. You are a soul, rooted in divine truth, living in harmony with the sacred pulse of the universe. And from this space of alignment, you begin to see the world not as something to conquer, but as something to experience, to flow with. You no longer chase after happiness, Because happiness is no longer something to be attained, it is something to be remembered. You no longer pursue love, because love is no longer something outside of you to be found. It is the very essence of your being, already present, already whole. You are the embodiment of love, the expression of peace, the vessel of joy. And so, as you rest in this knowing and this remembering, you realize that there is no need to hurry. There is no need to push. There is no need to strive. Life is not a race. It is a river that flows gently, effortlessly towards the vast ocean of truth. And you are not swimming against it. You are the river itself. You are the current. You are the flow. And when you allow yourself to simply be, you become one with the flow, one with the universe, one with the divine. The struggles of the past are not yours to carry anymore. The pain, the grief, the loss, they are not you. They are simply experiences that have passed through you, like clouds drifting across the sky. You are not the cloud, you are the sky. And the sky is vast, limitless, and unchanging. You are the witness to it all, the awareness that holds every thought, every emotion, every experience, and yet remains untouched by them. And when you understand this, truly understand this, you let go of the need to control. You let go of the need to define. You stop clinging to the stories, to the identities, to the roles you have played. And in that letting go, in that surrender, you become free. Free to live without the weight of expectation. Free to love without condition. Free to simply be. And in this freedom, you find peace. The peace you seek is not in some future moment. It is not in some far-off destination. It is here in this moment. It has always been here, beneath the surface of the noise, beneath the surface of the mind, beneath the surface of the world. It is in the quiet space between your thoughts, in the stillness that exists between your breaths. It is the eternal presence that is always with you, always supporting you, always guiding you, even when you cannot see it. And when you rest in this peace, you discover something remarkable. You discover that you do not need to seek. You do not need to search for answers or chase after dreams. You are the answer. You are the dream. You are the truth you have been seeking. You are already home. You have always been home. And so you rest now, knowing that everything you have ever longed for is already within you. You have always been enough. You have always been loved. You have always been whole. And in this moment, as you surrender to the silence, as you surrender to the stillness, you are free. You are free to simply be, to simply love, to simply live. And in this being, in this loving, in this living, you find the deepest peace. You find the most profound joy. You find the divine truth that you are not here to prove anything, but simply to remember, simply to be the expression of the divine light that resides within you. So let go. Let go of the need to seek, the need to chase, the need to become. Let go of the illusion that you are separate from the divine. And in that letting go, you will receive. You will receive the realization that you are already whole, already perfect, already divine. And in that realization, everything will shift. Life will no longer be a struggle. It will be a beautiful, effortless flow. You are not here to chase after something more. You are here to remember that you are already everything you seek. And in this remembrance, you are free. You are enough. You always have been. And in the silence, you receive. In the stillness of this moment, allow yourself to pause, to simply breathe. For in the deepest breaths of silence, there is an awakening waiting to unfold. You have traveled far, reaching out into the world, searching, longing, questioning, striving. But what if, just for a moment, the very thing you are searching for is already within you? What if everything you have sought, every question you have asked, every answer you have yearned for is already here right now, hidden not in some faraway place, but in the sacred silence of your own being? There is a quiet voice within you, a whisper that carries the wisdom of the ages. It is the voice of the divine intelligence that breathes life into you, that causes your heart to beat in rhythm with the pulse of the universe. It speaks not in words, but in the stillness between your thoughts, in the quiet spaces of your mind, in the peace that emerges when you release the world outside and turn inward. You were never meant to search endlessly, never meant to strive or struggle. The truth you seek is not out there. It is already here within you, waiting for you to remember. This moment, this very breath, is sacred. It is the moment where all searching ceases. It is the moment where the mind quiets, where the restless thoughts fall away, and the soul recognizes its true nature. You are not separate from the divine. You are the divine, expressing itself in human form. You are the vessel through which the infinite flows. You are the light in the darkness, the stillness in the storm, the truth in the midst of illusion. There is nothing you need to become. You do not need to change, to fix, or to strive. You are already whole. You are already enough. The very essence of who you are is perfect, complete, and whole. You are the embodiment of divine wisdom, divine love, and divine peace. You are already the answer you seek. We spend so much of our lives searching for validation, seeking approval from the outside world, striving to prove our worth, and yet we forget the simple truth. We are enough. You are enough. The divine does not look for you to prove your worth. You were created in love, from love, and for love. The universe does not need you to be anything other than what you already are. It does not need you to be more successful, more beautiful, more accomplished, more anything. You were born complete. There is nothing more to prove. There is only the need to remember. The soul knows what the mind forgets. The soul knows the truth that the ego tries to obscure. The ego, that voice that tells you you are not enough, that you must strive harder, reach farther, become someone else, is not who you are. The ego is the mask you wear, the role you play, the illusion you have been conditioned to believe. But underneath the ego, underneath the roles, the titles, the labels, is the truth. And that truth is this: you are the divine, already whole, already perfect. When you sit in stillness, when you allow the mind to quiet and the body to relax, you begin to remember, you begin to feel the truth of your being. It is a truth that has always been there, just waiting for you to notice. It is the peace that remains when the noise of the world fades away. It is the love that is always present, even in the midst of pain and hardship. It is the wisdom that flows from the deepest part of you, guiding you, supporting you, leading you home. In the stillness, you begin to realize that there is nothing outside of you that can complete you. You have been taught that happiness, success, and fulfillment lie in the external world, that they are things you must chase, acquire, and achieve. But the truth is that all of these things are already within you. You do not need to chase happiness, for happiness is your natural state. You do not need to seek fulfillment, for fulfillment is already present in your soul. You do not need to prove your worth, for your worth is inherent in the very fact that you exist. What you seek is not something to be found, but something to be remembered. You are not here to search for meaning. You are here to remember the meaning that has always been within you. You are not here to seek love, for love is what you are. You are not here to chase peace, for peace is the essence of your being. You are not here to search for fulfillment, for fulfillment is the recognition that you are already whole. And so, in the quiet of this moment, allow yourself to rest in the truth of who you are. Release the need to search, to chase, to strive. Rest in the stillness. Rest in the knowledge that you are already complete, already enough, already whole. The path to peace, to fulfillment, to love is not a path that leads outside of you. It is a path that leads inward to the very core of your being where the divine resides. You are not the story you tell yourself. You are not the role you play. You are not the accomplishments you have achieved, nor the failures you have suffered. You are not the body you inhabit, nor the thoughts you think. You are the stillness behind it all. You are the awareness that witnesses the story, the role, the achievements, the failures, the body, and the thoughts. You are the formless presence that observes, the light that shines, the silence that holds everything. And when you awaken to this truth, when you realize that you are not the ego, but the divine presence that watches over it all, everything changes. The struggles you once faced, the burdens you once carried, the fears that once held you captive, these all lose their power over you. They no longer define you because you know who you truly are. You are the light, and the light cannot be dimmed. You are the peace, and peace cannot be shaken. You are the love, and love cannot be lost. In the stillness, you begin to feel the guidance that has always been there, gently leading you, supporting you, showing you the way. You are not alone. You are always guided, always supported by the divine intelligence that flows through you, that moves you, that shapes your world. Trust in this guidance. Trust in the wisdom of your soul. Trust that you are never alone, that you are always being guided home. You are the one who is guiding yourself, not through effort, not through force, but through surrender. When you stop striving and simply allow the divine to guide you, everything unfolds with ease. Life becomes a dance, a flow, a graceful unfolding of the divine plan that has always been in motion, that has always been within you. Let go of the need to control, let go of the need to force. Allow life to flow through you and trust that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. You do not need to understand it all. You do not need to have all the answers. You only need to trust that the divine is always with you, guiding you, supporting you. Trust that the next step will be revealed in its own time. Trust that you are already exactly where you need to be. And when you trust, you begin to notice the miracles all around you. You begin to see the beauty in the ordinary. You begin to feel the love that surrounds you. You begin to hear the whispers of your soul guiding you toward your highest good. You begin to realize that you are never alone, that the universe is always conspiring in your favor, that every step you take is part of a divine plan that is unfolding perfectly. So, I invite you now to be still, to be quiet, to be present. In this moment, let go of all that you have been searching for, all that you have been striving toward. Allow yourself to rest in the truth that you are already whole. You are already enough. You are already the divine presence you have been seeking. Be still and know that you are guided. You are not lost. You are simply on the path of remembering. And as you remember, you awaken to the truth of who you are. And in that awakening, you are free. You are free to be exactly who you are, not who you were told to be. You are free to live from the truth of your soul, not from the expectations of the world. You are free to love without conditions, to live without fear, to create without limitations. You are free to be yourself, and in that freedom you will discover the peace, the love, and the joy that you have been seeking all along. You are already whole. You are already enough. You are already guided. And in this truth, you are free. There is a quiet knowing that resides deep within you, a knowing that transcends the chatter of the mind and the noise of the world. It is the knowing that has always been with you, waiting patiently for you to recognize it. You may have spent your life searching for this truth, looking for it in external sources, in other people, in accomplishments, in possessions, in status, in approval. But now, in this sacred moment, you are invited to return inward, to listen to that still, small voice that whispers, you are already whole. You are already enough. You are already the divine expressing itself in human form. This voice has been speaking to you all along, but the world is loud, and your mind often drowns out its whispers with worry, fear, and the constant striving for more. Yet, in the silence of the present moment, in the stillness where time ceases to exist and the noise of the world fades into the background, this voice can be heard clearly. It is the voice of your soul, reminding you that there is nothing you need to do, nothing you need to become, nothing you need to fix. The truth is, you are not here to become anything other than what you already are. In the great flow of life, there is nothing you need to chase. There is no destination to reach, no prize to claim. The moment you stop running, the moment you stop striving, you allow life to flow through you with ease. You are no longer forcing, no longer pushing. You are simply allowing the universe to work through you, trusting that everything you need is already here within you, ready to be revealed. Think of the trees that grow without effort. They do not strain to reach the sky. They do not fight the winds or the rains. They simply grow naturally, effortlessly, rooted deeply in the earth. They know who they are. They know their place in the world. They do not ask for permission. They do not need validation. They are simply being, and in their being, they are fulfilling their purpose. You too are like that tree. You are rooted in the divine, growing naturally, unfolding in the perfect rhythm of the universe. You do not need to fight for your place in this world. You do not need to prove your worth. You are already here, and your presence is enough. When you stop searching outside of yourself for the answers, you begin to listen to the wisdom that is already within you. You begin to trust your intuition, your inner knowing, the guidance that rises from deep within your soul. The truth is, you have always known the way. You have always known who you are and what you are meant to do. You have simply forgotten, lost in the noise of the world, distracted by the endless demands of the ego. But now, in this moment, you are being called to remember. Remember the truth of who you are. Remember the peace that has always been within you. Remember the love that has always been your essence. You do not need to chase happiness. You do not need to look for peace. You do not need to search for love. These things are not external to you. They are not found in the world around you. They are found within. Happiness is not a goal to be achieved. It is a state of being to be recognized. Peace is not something that comes and goes with circumstances. It is the stillness that resides at the center of your being, untouched by the chaos of the world. Love is not something you find in another person. It is the essence of your being, the force that connects you to everything and everyone. And when you begin to recognize that you are already enough, that you are already whole. You no longer feel the need to search. You no longer feel the need to prove yourself, to gain approval, to collect accomplishments or possessions. You begin to live from a place of inner peace, of deep knowing, of unconditional love. You begin to create not from a place of lack, but from a place of abundance, not from a place of fear, but from a place of trust. This is the great paradox of life, that when you stop searching for what you already have, when you stop chasing what you already are, everything begins to unfold effortlessly. Opportunities come to you not because you are striving for them, but because you are aligned with your true self. Love comes to you not because you are seeking it, but because you are living in the frequency of love. Peace comes to you not because you are trying to find it, but because you are at peace with who you are. You do not need to change who you are to become more. You need only to remember who you have always been. You are not a work in progress. You are not a project to be fixed. You are a divine being, whole and complete, exactly as you are. There's nothing you need to add. There's nothing you need to take away. The divine already resides within you. It is not something you need to search for. It is already here, waiting to be recognized, waiting to be acknowledged. And when you begin to remember this truth, when you begin to align yourself with your divine essence, you begin to experience life differently. You begin to see the beauty in the ordinary. You begin to feel the peace in the present moment. You begin to notice the love that is everywhere and everything and everyone. You begin to realize that the world is not something to conquer, but something to appreciate. You begin to walk through life with grace, with ease, with a deep sense of inner knowing that you are exactly where you need to be. This is the gift of stillness. When you stop running, when you stop searching, you begin to recognize that you have never been lost. You have always been where you are meant to be. The journey is not about becoming something more. It is about remembering what you already are. It is about returning to the truth of who you are, divine, whole, and complete. And as you remember, you begin to feel a deep sense of peace that comes from knowing that all is well. You no longer feel the need to control. You no longer feel the need to manipulate or force things to happen. You trust that life is unfolding perfectly, and you allow yourself to flow with it. You are not separate from life. You are life itself, unfolding, expanding, growing in the divine rhythm of the universe. So take a moment now and simply breathe. Let go of the need to chase, to strive, to search. Allow yourself to rest in the stillness, knowing that you are already whole, already enough, already complete. Allow the truth of who you are to rise up within you, to fill you with peace, with love, with grace. And as you sit in this stillness, you will begin to feel the gentle guidance that has always been with you, leading you forward, showing you the way. You are already guided. You are already whole. You are already the divine in human form. And in this truth, you are free. Free to be who you are. Free to live in alignment with your soul. Free to walk through life with peace, with love, with joy. You are not on a journey to become more. You are on a journey to remember who you have always been. And in this remembrance, you are free. Free to be still. Free to know that you are already guided. Free to know that you are already enough. In the stillness, you begin to understand that life is not something to be controlled or managed, but something to be surrendered to. The very act of surrender is not weakness. It is the deepest form of strength. It is the realization that you do not have to fight against life. You do not have to wrestle with the universe in order to make it bend to your will. The truth is, when you stop fighting, when you stop resisting, life begins to flow effortlessly. The river of life does not struggle to move. It simply moves. And so it is with you. When you let go of the illusion of control, you return to the natural rhythm that has always been within you. This surrender is not a resignation. It is not a giving up. No, it is the opposite. It is a trusting, a knowing that you are part of something much larger than yourself. You are a thread woven into the infinite tapestry of existence. The moment you release the need to control the outcome, the moment you stop trying to fit your life into a predetermined mold, you allow the divine intelligence that orchestrates the cosmos to guide you. It is the most sacred act of faith. Faith not in the outcome, but faith in the unfolding. It is a recognition that all you need to do is show up. Life will do the rest. The ego tells you that you must control, that you must plan, that you must force things into place. The ego thrives on the illusion of separation, the belief that you are separate from the flow, separate from the divine. But in truth, there is no separation. There never has been. The same life force that beats your heart, that breathes through your lungs, is the same life force that moves the stars, that grows the trees, that causes the waves to rise and fall. You are not an isolated being. You are an expression of the divine, part of the grand design of the universe. And just as the ocean does not worry about the tides, you need not worry about the outcome. Your only role is to align with the truth that is already present within you. This alignment, this surrender, is the key to your inner freedom. It is the moment you stop looking outside of yourself for answers, for validation, for fulfillment. It is the moment you realize that all you need is already here within you, waiting to be recognized. The love, the peace, the joy you have been seeking in the world are not outside of you, they are within you, dormant and ready to be awakened. The universe is not something you need to search for, it is something you are. When you begin to live from this place, everything shifts. The way you see the world changes, the way you see yourself changes. You begin to recognize that every encounter, every experience is an invitation to align further with the truth of your being. The world becomes not something to fight against, but something to dance with. You are no longer driven by fear, by the desire for approval, by the need to prove your worth. You are simply being in full alignment with the rhythm of the universe. And when you align with that rhythm, everything you need, everything you desire comes to you effortlessly. You are not here to chase, you are here to be. The world has told you that your worth is based on what you achieve, on what you possess, on what others think of you, but this is not the truth. Your worth is intrinsic, born with you, unwavering, and eternal. When you remember this truth, when you align with your divine essence, the need to chase fades away. You no longer seek approval from the outside world because you have already given yourself permission to be whole. You no longer look for validation in accomplishments or possessions because you know that your true worth cannot be measured by such fleeting things. When you walk through life knowing that you are enough just as you are, a shift occurs. You no longer feel the need to compare, to compete, to prove yourself. You no longer feel the weight of the world pressing down on you, pushing you to be something more than you already are. You begin to live from a place of abundance, of peace, of love. You begin to radiate these qualities, not because you are trying to impress others, but because you are in alignment with your true self. And when you radiate this energy, the world responds. You attract the people, the opportunities, the experiences that are in harmony with who you are. You no longer chase, you allow. This is the miracle of alignment. The more you align with the truth of who you are, the more the world aligns with you. This is not about forcing outcomes, but about trusting the divine flow. This is not about struggling to create a life that fits your desires. It is about allowing your desires to be fulfilled through the natural order of the universe. When you trust in the unfolding, you no longer need to worry about the details. You trust that everything will fall into place exactly as it is meant to, because you are in harmony with the universe. There is a profound peace that comes with this realization, a peace that is not dependent on circumstances, a peace that does not come and go with the changing tides of the world. This peace is unshakable because it comes from within. It is the peace that arises when you stop fighting against life, when you stop struggling to control the future, when you stop resisting the present moment. It is the peace that arises when you surrender to the flow of life, when you trust that everything is unfolding perfectly, exactly as it should. And this peace is not just for you. As you align with your true self, as you rest in the knowing that you are already whole, already enough, you become a beacon of light for others. Your peace becomes their peace. Your love becomes their love. Your presence becomes a reminder of the divine truth that resides within them as well. You become a living expression of the sacred, and in doing so, you inspire others to remember their own divinity. This is the gift of living in alignment. It is not just about your own peace, your own fulfillment, your own joy. It is about the ripple effect that your inner alignment creates in the world. When you live from the truth of who you are, you become a source of light for others to follow. You become a mirror for others to see their own divine reflection. You become a reminder that they too are whole, are enough, are already perfect just as they are. You are not here to save the world. You are here to remember who you are, to align with your divine essence, and to share that alignment with the world. When you do this, you create a space for others to remember too. You become a conduit for divine love, peace, and wisdom to flow into the world, not through force, not through struggle, but through surrender. And so, my dear friend, I invite you to continue this journey of alignment. It is not a destination to be reached, but a state of being to be recognized. It is not something to achieve, but something to allow. The more you align with the truth of who you are, the more you will experience the beauty, the peace, the love, and the abundance that the universe has always intended for you. It is all here, already, waiting for you to remember. And so, as you walk through your life, remember this: you are already enough, you are already whole, you are already the divine, expressing itself in human form. Trust in the unfolding. Surrender to the flow. And know that as you align with your true self, everything you need, everything you desire will come to you effortlessly. You are not alone. You are not lost. You are already guided. Always have been, always will be. And now, in the quiet of your soul, let it sink in that you are already home. You have always been home. The seeking, the searching, the yearning, it was never about finding something outside of you. It was always about returning to the truth that was already there, hidden beneath the layers of ego, beneath the false stories you've been told, beneath the illusions of time and space. You are the home you've been looking for. Like the ocean waves that kiss the shore, gently and effortlessly, you are returning to your essence. No more fighting, no more searching, no more seeking approval or recognition. No more striving for perfection. You are not lost. You are not broken. You are not separate from the love you seek, from the peace you long for, from the abundance that is your birthright. All of it is already here. You have always been complete. When you release the need to control, when you stop chasing, something extraordinary happens. The universe begins to breathe with you. The wind sings its song through your soul. The sun rises not to mark the start of your day, but to remind you that you are the light. The trees do not stand still, they sway with the dance of life, teaching you that movement is not about effort, but about trust. And so you move with the dance, with the rhythm, with the divine unfolding that has always been moving through you, whether you knew it or not. In this sacred dance, you no longer need to grasp or clutch. You can release the weight of your burdens, the weight of your fears, your doubts, your worries. They were never yours to carry. They were just shadows of the mind, passing clouds in the vastness of the sky. You are the sky, not the weather. You are the stillness, not the storm. And when you stop identifying with the storm, you reclaim the vastness of your being. You remember that you are not what you have been told you are. You are not your body, your job, your past, or your achievements. You are the infinite presence behind it all, the consciousness that observes, the light that shines through the darkness. And so you become the lighthouse. You stop searching for the shore because you realize the shore is always with you, inside you, shining from the core of your being. The light you sought to find in others, the peace you looked for in the world is already alive in you. It has always been there. It is the heartbeat of the universe, the pulse of life itself. And when you remember this, when you awaken to this truth, you no longer seek validation from the world. You simply express who you are, freely, openly, without need for approval, without desire for recognition. You become the expression of the divine love that has always been present within you. When you allow yourself to rest in this truth, you begin to see the world through new eyes. You no longer see it as something to conquer, to possess, to control. You see it as a reflection of your own heart, a canvas upon which you are free to create, to love, to express. And in this creation, in this expression, you find peace, for you know that you are not separate from the world. You are the world. You are the sky, the earth, the stars. You are the breath of life, moving, flowing, unfolding in perfect harmony. And as you move through the world with this awareness, you begin to understand that everything you have ever longed for, everything you have ever dreamed of is already within you. You do not need to chase it. You do not need to seek it. You only need to allow it to emerge from within, to rise to the surface of your being, to radiate outward. You are not here to prove anything. You are here to remember. You are here to remember that you are divine, that you are love, that you are peace. When you remember this, everything changes. Your relationships change. You no longer seek to change others, to mold them into the image of your desires. Instead, you see them as they are, in their wholeness, in their divinity, and you love them as they are because you have learned to love yourself. You no longer seek approval or validation because you realize that you are already enough, just as you are. And in this realization, you become free, free to live, free to love, free to create. There is nothing you need to do to become whole because you already are. You do not need to wait for the perfect moment, the perfect conditions, the perfect circumstances. They are already here inside of you. The peace you seek is already here. The love you seek is already here. The joy you seek is already here. You need only to quiet the noise, to still the mind, to let go of the false stories you've been told and simply listen. Listen to the truth that is speaking to you in every moment. Listen to the love that is within you, waiting to be recognized. And so, in this moment, I invite you to let go. Let go of the past. Let go of the need to become. Let go of the illusion that you are anything less than whole, less than perfect, less than divine. You are already complete. You are already enough. You are already the love you seek, the peace you long for, the light you have been searching for. And as you rest in this truth, you will begin to feel a deep peace, a peace that comes not from external circumstances, but from the recognition of who you truly are. You will begin to feel a deep love, a love that comes not from another person, but from the remembrance of your own divine essence. You'll begin to feel a deep joy, a joy that comes not from achieving, but from simply being. And in this peace, in this love, in this joy, you will begin to create a life that reflects the truth of who you are. So rest now in this truth. Rest in the stillness. Rest in the knowing that you are enough, you are whole, you are divine. And as you rest in this truth, you will begin to see the world transform. You will begin to see the beauty in every moment, the love in every encounter, the peace in every breath. And in this transformation, you will remember who you truly are, and the world will remember too. You are not here to seek, you are here to remember. And in that remembering, you are free. You are free to be who you have always been. You are free to be the love that you are. You are free to live a life of peace, of joy, of purpose, because you have remembered that you are the source of all that you seek. And in this remembrance, you will find everything you have been searching for, because it was never lost. It was always here within you, waiting for you to remember. And so, as you walk through the world, know this: you are already whole. You are already enough. You are already the divine in human form. You do not need to search. You do not need to prove. You do not need to strive. You are already it. And in this knowing, you are free, free to live, free to love, free to be.